I'm here with Haley today. We're going to be going over the top 5 back bends. So if you want to get better at back bends, open up the chest, do those impressive poses people post on Instagram. These are the top 5 postures to practice. So Haley's going to demonstrate these today. We're going to get her down on the mat, face down first. We're starting with Sphinx, Cobra, and or upward facing dog. We're going to start with the easiest variation, the one a lot of us will start with, Sphinx Pose. So to make Sphinx happen, she's pointing her toes, she's grounding the tops of her feet down into the mat, the thighs, the shins, pressing down into the mat. Her pelvis is flat on the earth. Her navel's sucked in, the core is always heartily engaged in back bends. It's really important when you're back bending, keep the navel sucked to the spine, keep your pelvic floor lifted so we're not slamming into our vertebra. So for Sphinx Pose, she's got her elbows stacked directly beneath her shoulders. You can see this. She's got her fingers spread out. Her hands are right out in front of her elbows. And then she's got her chest up. She's keeping her collarbones bright and spacious. She might even look up to increase the stretch through the neck. If you want to take this pose deeper, you can go from Sphinx. This is the first step. If you want to go to Cobra, which is the next level, where the elbows were beneath the shoulders, now you draw the hands back just about beneath the shoulders and push up through here. The distinction, again, still there's a nice bend in the elbows in a Cobra. As we move, if we want to go deeper, so she's still pushing her heart through. If we want to go deeper yet, we can move to upward facing dog. Haley's reasonably back bending, so she can handle upward facing dog. She's going to slide her thumbs back in line with her navel center, or as close as she can get. Go ahead and move them back another inch or two even, right? Once she gets there, her arms press as straight as can be. She drives through the triceps, shines that heart open, keeps the breath fluid and deep. She's doing a great job. Nice. So that's Cobra, Sphinx, upward facing dog. Take it to a level that works for you. All right, Haley, we're moving on to number 2. Our next pose is Camel. Another deep but effective back bend. So Haley's going to come up onto her knees. If she needs any knee support, please take that. You can always put bolsters, blankets, whatever helps your knees feel good is always a nice thing. She's going to start with the level 1. She's going to go back and try to get her hands behind her back, just above the pelvic bones. She's going to wrap her elbows together, her chest open. So she wraps the elbows in. If you were really flexible, you get the elbows to touch back there. Most of us are not going to get that deep. Her chest is open. The 3 main things in this pose, obviously core tight, always breath deep, but the 3 things to think about, the knees are pressing into the earth. The pelvis is sliding forward, but the core is engaged, the chest is up strong. So the pelvis goes forward, the chest comes up, and the knees press the earth away. We make this camel happen. If she wants to go deeper, she takes her hands back to her heels. Nice job. And she maintains the pelvis forward. She opens the heart to the sky. She keeps the breath fluid and the core engaged. You can see her navel is back to her spine, but you can see her breathing as well. All right, coming on up and out of this one. She's doing a great job. We're moving on to number 3. This is Bridge Pose. She's going to transition onto her back. She's going to lay all the way down, and then she'll start to crawl her feet in towards her glutes. Fantastic. And then on an inhale, set your hands down alongside you. Pick your pelvis all the way up towards the sky. And then she's either going to interlace her fingers behind her back, doing her best, or she might even grab her shins in the front. Both are good. It depends on what your shoulders need. From here, you're going to keep lifting the hips. If you need to walk the feet back more to intensify it, or even lift up onto the tips of the toes, you can. Once we've got the pelvis high, the key from there is to get your shoulders together. So what Haley's going to be doing here is wrapping her scapula together as strong as she can underneath her, trying to get those scapulae to become best friends so the heart shines open even more. Spreading out her toes. She's got a firm base of support. She's breathing deep and free. No problem. Coming out nice and smooth. Taking her time down. Her next pose is Fish Pose. So for Fish Pose, she's going to take her hands, one underneath each buttock. She's going to wrap her elbows together, just like we did in our camel, and just like our bridge helped open us up. And then she's going to sit back. She's going to keep the elbows bent. And she's going to drop down onto her forearms, creating a table for herself. And then her head drops back towards the earth from there. More and more flexible you get, you're going to keep walking, wrapping those elbows tighter and tighter together. Her chest is going to shine open more and more. and the back bend is going to become more and more prominent. You stay there. She's got pretty open shoulders. She's great at back bends. Matsuyasu in the fish. And so she's slowly going to come out of this one, taking her hands out of it. Go ahead and lay down for a minute. Hug your knees into your back, getting ready for our final back bend. Sometimes we like to take some counter poses because if we're really working the back open, it can get a little compressive, so we send the spine back the other way. Counter poses, always a good thing. So she's getting ready for our fifth and final pose, which is wheel. So we're going to set the heels down. Now, if your back is pretty tight, I would stick with pose number 3, bridge, and pose number 4, fish. Work on those until you get your shoulders, your back open enough to do this fifth and final posture, wheel. If you've got a wheel, here it is. You take your hands back, you turn the palms down alongside the ears, keep your core tight, keep your smile big, your breath deep. And she's going to drive her feet into the earth, her hands into the earth, pressing up. And those of us who are more flexible, we're going to walk our feet and hands as close together as we can get. We can rise up onto the toes or set the heels down, totally up to you. We keep the face soft, arms are as straight as can be. We press the chest to the back of the mat. And again, push it away, pelvis up to the sky. So those are our 5 back bends. Hope you guys enjoyed. Practice these. Back bends are tough for a lot of us, but it's worth doing them. Have a great day.